Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Principles of Marketing at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of feedback on the chapters 2 and 3 activities that I finished grading this morning, and I'm going to remind you of the semester project and when I would like you to send me the company name that you're going to research and use as the basis of your semester project. And then I'm also going to go over with you the next set of chapter activities, which will be for chapters 4 and 5, which will be due next week. All right, so the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 2 and 3 activities this morning. They were due Saturday, and the ones that I hadn't graded last week, I went ahead and finished grading this morning. If you haven't already looked at your grades for those activities and read the corresponding grading comments, go ahead and do that as soon as you can. Let me know if you have any questions. Most of you did well on those activities, so I was very pleased overall. Most of you are putting the time and effort in, and I really appreciate that, so keep up the good work. The chapters 2 and 3 discussion that we had that dealt with Disney's marketing activities, I thought that went very well. I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments, and I'm hoping that you were able to kind of connect, kind of take some of the concepts that we were learning about in chapters 2 and 3 and actually apply it to that real world Disney company and its marketing activities. And looked like most of you, from the comments that you made, you were able to make that connection, and so that's really good. Like I said, I really enjoy the discussions that we have in this class. Hopefully you enjoy those as well. I think you will find, as we go through the semester, you'll really enjoy those, and it will give you a chance again to kind of link the concepts that we're learning about in the chapters with real world companies that are actually doing the things that we're learning about in the textbook. All right, so the only other thing I would say about chapters 2 and 3 is on the test. Most of you did well on that, but most of you only took the test once. I know I always remind you of this, but I'll go ahead and do it again. You can take those chapter tests as many times you want to up until the due date, and your highest grade is automatically recorded. So just kind of keep that in mind for future chapter tests. All right, now that brings us to the activities page in my Ozarka, where I need to remind you of some things. All right, first let's go down to where we see the semester project, which is under week 14 of the semester. So it's pretty far down on the activities page, but I know I've already kind of directed you to this a couple of times already, but it's going to be very important this week. If you haven't already done so, read through the instructions for the semester project and let me know if you have any questions, because I want you to get started on this semester project this week. All right. And the reason I say that is because I would like you to send me through course mail the name of the company that you're going to use as the basis of your semester project by Tuesday, February 18th, which is a week from tomorrow. So basically Tuesday of next week. So you've got a little over a week to kind of do a little bit of research and figure out which company you're going to use as the basis of your project. I think one or two of you have already sent me your company name, but just also remember that these will be on a first-come, first-served basis. So I will not allow more than one student to do this project on the same company. So if one of you picks Apple and then somebody else a day later or an hour later or whatever sends me an email with the same company name, the second one that sent me that same company name will have to choose a different name. And I'll let you know that if that happens. But you may also, in addition to having one main company name that you would like to use as the basis of your project. You might want to have a backup as well in case another student already beat you to that particular company name. Just as a reminder, I know I've already said this before, but when you're coming up with a company name, keep a couple things in mind. It needs to be a publicly traded company. A private company does not have to share and provide information about their financials and their marketing activities and so forth. Whereas a publicly traded company does have to provide at least some of that information. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research and make sure that the company that you plan to do your project on, you're going to be able to find plenty of information on. And the only way to ensure that is that it's got to be a public company. It's got to be a publicly traded company. In other words, a company that sells shares of stock to the general public. Okay? All right. The other thing to keep in mind is that some companies are actually part of another larger company. For example, ESPN is part of Disney. And so you wouldn't be able to do your project on ESPN. If you wanted to kind of focus on ESPN, you would actually have to do your actual project on Disney, and then you could kind of focus on the marketing efforts that they have for ESPN. But as far as all the financials, you wouldn't be able to get that strictly for ESPN because that is a subsidiary of the larger company Disney. Okay, so another thing you'll have to do when you're doing your research to come up with your company name is you'll have to make sure that it's the parent company that you're going to use as the basis of your project and not a subsidiary. Companies don't have to share information about especially their financials for a subsidiary that they own. Only for the company as a whole. All right? So keep that in mind as well. All right. And then the last thing I need to tell you about is the chapters 4 and 5 activities are due by Tuesday of next week as well. So your company name for your project is due by Tuesday of next week, February 18th. And also the chapters 4 and 5 activities are due on that same day. All right, so you've got chapters 4 and 5 assignment, test, and discussion, all due Tuesday of next week, February 18th. Let me tell you real quick, chapter 4 covers the marketing environment. And there's several factors that are part of the marketing environment that a marketer would have to look at in trying to come up with their marketing plan. And these environmental factors are social factors, demographic factors, economic factors, technology factors, political, legal factors, which of course is a big item of concern today with all the tariffs and inflation and all the various things that are going on. And then the last one is competitive factors, which is also very critical. All right, so that's chapter 4, and then chapter 5 deals with something that's very important today, which is global marketing. All right, so you'll learn about the importance of global marketing and the environmental factors that are faced by global marketers, some of the methods that you can use to enter the global marketplace, and the way that you design a global marketing mix. Okay, so those are chapters 4 and 5. So be working on those activities and be getting started on your semester projects, and get me your company name by Tuesday of next week. And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend, and I will talk to you again sometime later next week. Thank you.